All right, that was a pop up there. Well, hello everybody, and to all my fellow brothers and sisters of arms. My name is Reverend Dr. Antonio Arnold, aka Beast Mode. I am a disabled veteran, and I have many AFSCs, MOSs, and branch. Yes, I said branch. Done quite a few things in my military career, plus airborne qualified too. Tried to do the whole stuff, didn't make it, but that's all good. We all have a place and time. Anyway, guys, today I want to talk to you about my collection of coins that I got. Wow, so many from my military service. And these coins, oh my, it dropped it all over the place. Mm. Some just have a mind of their own. So what I'm gonna do, let me go ahead and get organized first before I lose them. I don't know why they're coming out. Usually don't do that. Yeah, when I want them to come out, they give me a hard time. Mm. But some of these coins I have earned in my command time, and they're getting in there. And those are just represents my time, or when I got deployed, or something about my unit, the stuff that helped me bring back memories. I don't know why this thing keeps sliding. Anyway, anywho, yeah, yeah, yeah. Get all these coins. So these are challenge coins, guys. A lot of them I have purchased on route to one place or another. A lot of them I was presented to. Well, I'd like to acknowledge also all the veterans who have gave for our country and those who are still serving. I also want to acknowledge all those veterans who are no longer serving. We want to thank you for your service. Anyway, and this video is sponsored by the Art of Veteran Disability Benefits by yours truly, Antonio Arnold. Okay. And the reason I was led to do this, write this book, because so many veterans, and this is me, this is my military service. These are all the presidents I have served. Of course, starting with Ronald Reagan to Obama was my last one. Okay. Of course, George Bush. Um, yeah. Can't forget Bush Senior and Bush Junior, and then you got I can't even Clinton. Can't remember Clinton. Can't forget Clinton. Yeah, that's when he did the downsizing. That hurts. But anyway, this book covers a multitude of things: how to step-by-step instruction, how to file for disability benefits. Of course, is my public works. Talks about the call to action, pain of the process. Many of you are going through that pain of the process filing for disability, and it is a pain. The process is a pain. It sucks when you can't. Some of you guys may serve in Vietnam, Korea, or Just Cause, or Desert Shield, Desert Storm. I was in during that time too. And somehow military records got lost. And some people keep thinking, thank you for your service too, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you for your service. Have come in to face the frustration is most of my records are gone or they fade out. You know those old little transparent um, forms that you fill out back in the days. So DD2, you can get DD214, or some of those little carbon paper. And those carbon papers are worthless, to be honest with you. And they fade, and nobody can really make out what you have unless you make hard copy. I was, I made a decision to start to really keep track of my records. But a sergeant major, special forces, told me to start keeping up my medical records. When I used to go to sick call, he said, keep up your stuff. It's your obligation to do so. So I did. So if you ever want a book on how to do it and what benefits are there for you, like some of you might want air conditioning, there's a HISA grant for that. If you need a Generex, there's a HISA grant for that. Mobility, There's a HISA grant. There's a grant for that, $25,000, and it shows you the form. It also tells you what you need. You may want a dog. There's a picture of me when I was in the Air Force, and this one when I was in the Army. I was an young infantry soldier, and I was a water treatment specialist, serving in Red Horse. Some of you guys might need some of this. I was amazed how many people do not have this, who are eligible. And that what breaks my heart, to know so many of my brothers and sisters can't get what they need because nobody told them. And some people are not going to volunteer that information. That's why God let me to rate this book. Get your hands on it. It's The Art of Filing for Veteran Disability Benefit. All right, enough talk about that. Let's talk about some coins. Let's see. I got this. Welcome home. Thank you for your job. Well done. I think this is, I got home the first time. Of course, Iraqi freedom. Got all the branches. It says welcome home on it. Nice little color. Got 3 soldiers plus the American flag and all the branch of service right here. You know, I've been wanting to do this for a long time too. Of course, Marines, Air Force, Navy, Army's represented. And now we got Space Force. And they're saying before the enemy launch missiles, they know where they are and when they're going to launch. So they'll probably add on another thank you for your service type of coin. But I love this coin because, you know, to show how much, you know, the people appreciate what I've done. Let's see. This coin, of course, U.S. Army on it. Now, this right when I was a lieutenant. Yep, I was a first lieutenant back in the days. I've been a CO and officer. I never made it to E7 or E8. Didn't make it to colonel. And I definitely didn't make it to captain. Well, I did make captain. Let's see, what's this one right here? Battle with confidence, honor, and pride. What? I don't know why I keep getting these pop up. If you have one of these coins, guys, just give me a shout. Let me know you got one of these coins. Of course, the beautiful stars and stripes in the back. U.S. Army. Of course, it's showing reverse. What? With the Apache, the M1, Abrams. Should have the Bradley on there instead of the artillery. 1776. You know, we're approaching our 100-year anniversary. Soldier, 9th Cavalry. That's and 10th Cavalry. Defender. Defender of the West. This was given to me by, I forgot, what's his name? General Morris? This is by Ashler. This was my commanding general when I was at USACAPOC. United States Army Civil Affairs and Psychological Command at Fort Bragg, Airborne. I earned this, of course I earned this coin. Generals do not give this coin out to everybody. It's a 2-star general command. And of course his name's is signet on the coin, 2-star. You do something outstanding, you get an award, you know, general gives you a coin. Of course, Major General Ashela. Sorry for the reverse, guys. And what else I got here? We have so many. Now I want to show all my use of K-pop stuff. Let's see. This is also a 2-star coin representing use of K-pop, airborne, 2-star general. He gave me both of these coins. General gave me both coins. And these are our unit, our K-coms. That's under our command. I worked at command headquarters for 3.5 years, Fort Bragg. We're a worldwide entity. You know, so if you have a coin, what about your coin experience? I mean, the coin that you have. Put that there. This one from my brigadier deputy commander. By sword and word. Let's see here. The word is real small, so I'm not younger like I used to. But my deputy commander awarded this to me too. See the star, see our support commands. If anybody recognize those commands, give a shout. Thank you, double fishing, thank you. Joe Abe, hi. Grayson, hi, hello. Double fishing, what's up? Yeah, it's all good. And guys, please like and share this channel. If you like this channel, please take a look at the other videos. They're pretty much, I try to put as much information to help our fellow veterans on here. And as best as it costs you a thing, only thing may cost you is the book, but the information I share from the book is free. And here's the back, here's the 1-star. Use the K-pop, got my unit patch, my command patch, and of course, Old Glory. And who else here? What's this? That's nothing. Yeah. Now, this coin is from a friend who awarded it. He's a 1-star general. He's one of my fraternity brothers, twice. He was an airman too. You don't have this in case. But he's also a member of the, not Red Tails. What's that? Oh yeah. Can't remember. I can't remember the Air Wing for World War II. Oh man, I'm really messing up. But anyway, this brother's a 1-star general. He was a pilot. Delaware Air National Guard. He's a master pilot, of course. A lot of serious experience. Brigadier General Ernest G. Tolbert. Anybody remember, know him by chance? Yeah, he's my fraternity brother. And he was the command general at the Air National Guard in Delaware. Now, I want to show you something else, you know. He's also my frat, too. Persian Rifle, Omega Sci-Fi. Yep. And of course, you see the red tails representing the Tuskegee Institute or the Tuskegee experiment. Not an experiment per se, but those pilots that fought in World War II that supported those bombers were black pilots. The red tails and the other units made a big difference. So I keep this coin in his honor. Everybody can see it. 1-star general presented this coin to me. All right. Now, this had nothing to do with the military per se, but this coin is just as much as an honor. This was given to me by my warden. I worked at the Federal Correction. And he presented that coin to me. I saved a life of an inmate. I just graduated not too long ago in pastoral counseling. I got my MDiv. And of course, had a guy who was in crisis, ready to commit suicide. And for that, I saved his life, and I was honored, given an award, and officers of the month. Of course, I was given this coin by my warden. Excuse me, guys, I have a cold. Virus. 48-hour virus, 24-hour virus, I don't like them. 8 days, I should be back to normal. Anyway, sorry about that disgusting vermin. Yeah, that a grunt is a grunt. Yeah, but I really adore this cooling right here. And we should support all our federal officers for protecting us. The job well done. Because if they're not doing their jobs, then you got chaos on the streets. All right. Yeah. Been a long time ago though. I got out in 2011 and then from the discharge in 2012. And look at me now. Here's another challenge coin, of course. Identify, apprehend, detain, and remove. Yeah, I know y'all gonna get political on this one, but this is ICE. And I serve with them. So I'm not gonna take it personal. It's okay. No, people been taught to hate. But you're in our shoes, you understand. Yeah, I went right straight into federal law enforcement. Right out the discharge. You ain't have no gap in service. Thank you, I appreciate it. Son of Fire, appreciate it. Yeah, people don't understand that. It's a tough job, working in feds. And of course, we got this while I was in the academy, federal law enforcement. Good. And Glencoe, Georgia. Yeah, let's bring back memory too. Graduate Training Center. Federal Office of the United States Department of Homeland Security. Guys, get on your congressman because we need our checks so we can do our jobs. Congress should not get a paycheck. It should not get a paycheck. When we don't get a paycheck, they shouldn't get a paycheck. That includes the Senate. That's some good stuff here. Now, fellow brother Arnold presented this to me. Post number 9103. Do you know what that is? Veterans of Foreign Wars. Let's bring all our guys home. Amen. God is the authority, final authority. And whatever God says, that's it. I believe it, and that settles it. I hear you, true son of fire. God bless you, son of fire. I know you fired up. Thank you. Amen. God bless you. God bless you, sir. Keep sharing. Keep sharing the gospel. Don't hide it to yourself. Yes, I'm a Christian. Yes, not just in the four walls. Out the wall, in the wall, exit the wall, under the ground, above the ground. Yes, sir. No secrets here. Now, another general had presented this coin to me. Now, I was in the Air Force at the time, If I can get this out. This thing's a tough one because I got them in case to protect them. I wonder if I can get it out. I probably couldn't. Oh man, I had these things for so long since the early 2000s. Yeah, I additional duty. We had 2005. The Boy Scout Jamboree was held. National Boy Scout Jamboree was held in Fort AP Hill, Virginia, and y'all remember that there was a lightning strike, and a lot of guys got hurt. A lot of kids got killed, and we had to move. We had to do evacuations. We had to do first aid. Those who are equipped to do first aid, or those others had to render support. A lot of those kids got hurt bad. You know, I mean, it wasn't lightning. It was just they were under a pole, a power line, and somehow they were putting up a tent and they touched that live wire, and that was all it took. You know, current travel from negative, positive to negative for one point connection to another. I'm an electronics major too, and an electrician. And my dad's a master electrician, so that's what I learned. But anyway, guys, it was totally devastation. And I was one of the teachers of the plumbing merit badge. So I teach plumbing to the kids. And General saw what I was doing, and they recorded me, and I was teaching. So the first Army commander gave me this coin. And the coin said First Army on it. You know, I appreciate that. Each one tells a story. You see on the back, the crest of, I don't know what I heard they changed the name, but I hope they changed the name back to Boy Scout. Amen, brother. Amen. Let's see, that time I was serving in the Air National Guard full time. I was AGR, full time AGR, doing teaching a class. And guys got hurt and we had to act. And I got this, plus a certificate from the general. An Army general gave me that. So it pays to do good work. Now this one right here, a lot of y'all may oops, yeah, it's cracked up. Oh man, maybe can relate to this. Yeah, this one's damaged now. Oh well, get another cover. This cover's damaged. It was already broken. I'm not worried. Everybody know about this? U.S. Army Special Operations Command. I worked in command headquarters under use of K-pop, and we were part of the Special Operations Command, Army Airborne. So you guys who are slick, you guys who are soft, guys who are done these hood stuff, great things out there. I was a guy who doing brain work. I wanted to do soft stuff too. I didn't fit the requirement, so that's all right. They put me in. I had a degree, and they put me right there behind the desk and make things happen for us. I mean, there's more to ways serving than just going out there in the elements. But yeah, served under this one too. And for you guys who Pershing on, John Joseph Pershing, I'm also a Pershing rifle. At this coin during our national convention, John Joseph Pershing. This is our crest. It's a military fraternity or fraternal organization. It's the honor society. You got any kids in college? Gonna do some awesome. I mean, we got great leaders who are Pershing rifle. So remember that. Yep, then. All right. Speaking of Fort AP Hill, I don't forget history. I know my history. You can change the name all day long, but it doesn't change the fact this is what's named Fort AP Hill. If we don't learn from history and have reminders of history, then we're doomed to repeat it. I'm a history major too. See, Army, Fort A.P. Hill. If you like to do some swamp work, they got the swamp for you. Now I got this change when it was change was about during the elections, and I said, okay, we're gonna give this man a chance and see what he do. And of course, I voted for him. I don't vote blue anymore, but I know better. But I gave him a chance to see what he's gonna do. So I got this coin. He came by our command, matter of fact, and walked through. Secret Service everywhere. We have to stay locked up in our little compound. Yeah, but I got this coin. I don't know anyone else who have this coin, the presidential coin. But I got this one. I'll keep it. And now this coin really means a lot to me. One nation under God. I don't care what the communists say. That's why I joined the army to fight commies back in '84. But look right here. One nation under God. Let freedom reign. And never forget. Somehow New York has forgotten. So here's a reminder, New York City. I don't forget anything. I have some friends that were taken out. And matter of fact, one friend of mine was off that day and they hit directly in his office. And he wouldn't be here had he not been on leave. So go show you never know. You just never know. Don't forget this, guys. Please don't. Next time, New York, do better. Don't forget this. And be aware. If you see something, say something. That's what we used to say. Let's see. Here's another one that's very valuable to me. This is from my command sergeant major in use of K-pop. And he gave me the sergeant major coin. And I was on my way to PCS back to Virginia to 80th Training Command, to command headquarters, another command, where I started my military career with. It's amazing you leave one command and end up coming back as an adult or as a senior NCO, a senior officer. You just never know. Of course, you use a K-pop and the command sergeant major rank right there. My dad was a E8. He was a master sergeant before he retired. I have a stab American Eagle that was recovered from the Twin Tower. Do you? Twin Tower Vault after they attacked. God bless you, sir. God bless you. Never forget. Hold on to that for life. There you go. I know that's right. Pray for all those that were lost. Pray for our nation. There are people out there, institutions out there to destroy us. There are government agencies that are out to destroy us. Countries that's out to destroy us. You know, ideology that's want to destroy our way of life. And I ain't playing with that. Here's another coin. Army National Guard. Now, it also said Air National Guard. This was presented to me when I joined the Air Guard in Virginia. So it says Army on top, Air Force on the bottom. And you see that look like a fighter right behind the Minuteman. There you go. Leave for a little one. I'm called home. When you're called home, amen. Same here. All my little ones are all grown, but I got grandchildren I'm praying for. And see, I love the flag and the stars and stripes, the eagle. I love it. And it says right here, today's guards at home and abroad. And that's true. No more than ever. Because a lot of my guard brothers, my unit has deployed overseas. We're not just weekend warriors anymore. We're we're part of the great organization under the Department of War. Used to be Department of Defense. We are on call, not just for homeland, not just for the state, not just for any other state. Because I remember going out for hurricane duty for other states. You get tagged, you're going. Then you turn around and get deployed overseas. It's just how it is. National Guard is not a stay-at-home entity. You know, just some side the federal military can't do that, the Guard can do it, and that's to control civil unrest. The Guard can be federalized to take care of that. Yes, they can. Oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. But yes, indeed, I'm proud of my time of service. I tell you, it was an adjustment when I joined the Air Force side of the house and went to school. And the Army in me would not leave. And thank God I have a lot of guys who served in prior service Army in my unit too, as well as prior service Marines, prior service, not just prior service Air Force, Marines, Army, Navy, Marine, all prior service in there. So we all like old guys. And this was my unit. I was in the 203rd Red Horse Flight. It's now called Squadron. Silver Engineers. Like your combat engineers, we build bases behind wherever the military tells us to go. We go there. If we go with the Army, spears in, we're going with them. So if you never heard of Red Horse, you're here today. Esseance. How about the military leads honor the comment? I can't even pronounce the word. Act. I don't have to look that up. I'll have to look that up, Mr. Infinite Content 8001. I'm gonna have to look that up. Verify and confirm before I give an opinion. Verify and confirm. I have to do it. You know, think about this. You're working a full-time job and you're doing full-time in Air Force stuff. Not just on the weekend. 2 weeks out of the year, 3 months out of the year. I mean, there's no longer that set cycle. You can be home and next thing you know, you're called up for work. And they'll send you to Iceland, they'll send you to Dubai, they'll send you to the air bases out in Saudi Arabia. They may send you to Germany. They'll send you to, anywhere. You could be in Japan next day. And then 3 or 4 months later, you come back, you're back home at work. Then you get called up again. So, we do more than just the average. I like, you on active duty, regular active duty, get a part-time job as a civilian. Try that for a while. One right here, I like this one too. Air National Guard. Air Guard. Well, I'm not trying to get political. I just want to show my coins. We can talk about that another time. We deploy on U.S. soil without national emergency or material law. There is a law out there and a policy out there where the governor can call up anytime. I got called up several times. Matter of fact, I got federalized several times without Congress permission. So, I mean, I'm telling you from what I've been through, on U.S. soil, yes, I did. We got called up on U.S. soil for, matter of fact, it was Hurricane Katrina. Because, there was some shooting going on there. There was some mishap going on there. And we were there to support. My job is to provide water and support for the Army. Particularly 82nd Airborne Division was there. What else? 1st Cav was there. What else? What other units? And lots of other units that got federalized. Active duty was sent there. Coast Guard was mobilized. So you got some Navy personnel who got some skills. were there too. I mean, right when our nation need us. So I'm kind of confused about, where the military cannot be deployed on U.S. soil. That's ridiculous. Somebody said that before when I was in Louisiana, Mississippi, and part of Texas. I have a hard time swallowing that pill, but, that's something you have to live with. Ain't nobody put nobody on no martial law. But the National Guard can be called up anytime to maintain law and order, mostly order, civilized order. So when it gets to the point law enforcement cannot handle their job, then National Guard take it, will go in. True story. Been there, done that. I mean, that's just opinions. I served. I did it. Anyway, anywho, and we have weapons too, and body armor. But might want to do a little bit of homework, due diligence. Now, really, when chaos really happens, like a civil disturbance, oh yeah, guards have to be called up. They'll be federalized, and the president wants them to be called up. Let's say the governor got riots on the streets. Matter of fact, Abraham Lincoln called them, had troops transferred from Gettysburg. He had troops transferred from Gettysburg to New York to put down the rebellion and riots up there. He sure did. He sure did. So, I mean, anyway, that'll be another conversation. Remember I was telling you about the Boy Scout Jamboree in 2005? 2005, National Boy Scout Jamboree. I don't know when they're going to ever have another one. It was in Carolina County, Virginia. Yeah, my boss gave me this one. Let's see. And you don't find them anywhere like talk about it. I mean, you just don't find them. Of course, my love for the Air Force, got to represent. When there's an emergency, most countries have martial law enact martial law when there's an emergency. Look at Mexico. Sometimes you got to do it. Pope Air Force Base. I've been there. I've been stationed at Pope Air Force Base. Anybody from Pope Air Force Base? Now it's part of the Army. It's no longer Pope Air. It's not even an Air Force Base now. It's part of Fort Bragg. Is it still part of Fort Bragg as far as anybody knows? Brrr. At C-130s. You got the doggone warthog. Yeah, all this is memories. All this is memory. I hope many of you who have served pull out your challenge coin and just look at it. Just look at it and just reminisce your time in service. Oh, here we go. Now here's another one of my Red Horse coins. While I was at the 203rd. Anybody who wants to have a skill other than flying or aeronautical stuff, you're welcome to join Red Horse. Red Horse or Prime Beef. Prime Beef are civil engineers too. We maintain the base. We maintain fuel distribution. We maintain water distribution. We maintain the operation of the base. So those flight lines that those aircraft take off, we pave them. Those buildings that are built, we built them. The infrastructure that is set, we set it. Only Prime Beef and Red Horse. Particularly Red Horse because we're a rapid equipped deploy. We could deploy anytime. Prime Beef, not so much. Unless they're just stationed in that one area. But if you're talking about deploying with your unit, with all your R1 to 4 equipment, that's pretty much where it is. We'll go anywhere the Army goes. We'll go anywhere the nation needs us in a drop of a hat. That's how Red Horse is. And this is one here show all the units of Red Horse. So you lead, follow, or get out the way. And they got, of course, the 203rd on here. You got the 823rd. Anybody serve the 823rd? Anybody serve the 820th Red Horse? We also got the 319th Red Horse. The 219th Red Horse. 203rd, of course. 201st, of course. 200 Red Horse. Now, there is a 202nd Red Horse down in Florida. So if you just, let's say you want to live in Florida, you serve the Red Horse, you want to still stay in Red Horse, join the 202nd there. They had a bunch of outstanding guys. Outstanding guys. I had the opportunity to serve with them too. Okay, I tell you, I have some great friends from the Red Horse. That's right, number one. Yep. Expeditionary Red Horse Squad Group. So that's what that ERGHG stand for. It stands for the Expeditionary Red Horse Group. That means these guys, including my unit, deployed overseas together. Anyway, another one from the Army. This Air Force. This is another Red Horse coin. Lead, follow, or get the hell out the way. Yep, that's why I said it like that first. I didn't say it like that, but lead, follow, or get the hell out the way. Now you notice Virginia is connected to Florida. Wow, we did some operations together. We did operations together because it was real. It was real. It was a state of emergency, and the Florida governor asked the governor to send us to help, and we connected with the 202nd, and we went to work. I'm telling you, you just don't know how dangerous the call of nature is. When you have hurricane that comes in on a regular basis, especially a Category 5 hurricane or Category 4, can wreak havoc. And you need people to restructure, rebuild, and also to, I can't think, I'm just shooting out my head, to bring order. You know, reconnect water treatment lines, water line, to reconnect power stations, to clean the street off with debris and power, turn off the power in one area, another area, and then remove those wires. You know, you need people to do that, who are trained to do that. So for emergency, national emergency, or state emergency, we're it, man. Red Horse. Lead, follow, or get the hell out the way. And we mean it too. This right here, been there, done that. You talk about, we had just about every unit. Active duty component, reserve component, National Guard component, Coast Guard component, right here. In 2005, I was there. I seen neighborhoods completely wiped out. It didn't always have to be war or by 1,000-pound bombs that cause devastation. I seen devastation up front, seeing the death, smell dead bodies, smell dead dogs, walk by houses marked up. I seen all that stuff. Some people won't talk about it, but I was there. Mississippi, Alabama, Gulf Coast was tore up. Homes moved away from their foundation and gone out to sea, brother. You don't know how good you have until it happens to you. It's no joke. Ain't nothing like, man, you on a convoy and you just seeing devastation after devastation coming from the mountains, coming down Mississippi, coming down Alabama to Mississippi, and then to Arkansas, through Arkansas, and you travel down to Louisiana. City, water everywhere, bridges washed out, cranes torn down. You see those big old boats, or the flat boats, the barges, split in half like somebody broke it like a twig. I've seen that. I wrote a book, Hurricane Katrina and I. I wrote a book about it. Took some pictures, posted it in my book, Hurricane Katrina and I. You ought to get a copy, and see. I'll tell you, this is real as it get, guys. This will go in my grave with me. I'll never forget that. Homeland, come on. And we had law enforcement everywhere. You name it, they were there. They were volunteering their time. You got state troop. I had come in contact with Homeland Security guys. I have come in contact with law enforcement for every part of the United States. sacrificing their time to be away from their family to help a fellow brother, fellow Americans. I'm an American first, guys. I'm sorry, I ain't. But yeah, this is real. So if you've been to Iraq, you've seen devastation, thank you for what you do. It ain't no joke, man. That's like I got PTSD. I got anxiety real bad. Ain't no joke. Until you put that uniform on, you know how thing you can tell me. Mission accomplished. Freedom will endure. Y'all know about this, right? That's Iraq. Freedom will endure. Operation Iraqi Freedom. Anyway, let's see. I got more coins. Now this is an old one, old school right here. This one right here was given to me by a fellow serviceman friend of mine. The 240th Quartermaster Battalion. And this is from the Desert Shield, Desert Storm. It's a very old coin. The Desert Shield, Desert Storm. Here's the unit. Now, I didn't serve in this unit, but a friend of mine is dead, and he gave it to me as just a way to remember him. So I keep that too. Put it right in here. There you go. And that's it. Got a couple more. This is one of my favorites, 203 Red Horse Flight. And this is a memorial coin for my brothers who had passed away from my section, who died on 3rd March 2001. These are all their names. On March 3rd, 2001. And we do have a memorial to remember them. That's us. They were on their way home from Georgia, from performing a mission, and the plane crashed, killed everyone on board. I mean, even just for a localized training activity, or within the continental U.S. Just don't know. It's time. My section was wiped out. I just got there. And these guys were gone. Just had to start everything from scratch. ...2001, guys. Right before 9/11. You just don't know the time or the hour. How many coins I got here? Anyway, I think that's it. Guys. Anyway, I thank you so much for watching. Yeah. I got this from somewhere. It says service. I can't remember. Be glad. Anybody could make this out. I just can't remember. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate you. Even a lot of you chimed in. Marshall, Infinite. Yeah. I don't know where you're going, Marshall. Infinite Continent 8001. I don't know where you're going. But not today. Not today. But anyway, you all have a good day. And those who have served, we thank you for your service. Always remember where you came from. Always remember that your country, your kids live this lifestyle, the best life, because of your service. Let's put it that way. 1, 5. a mess over here. Ugh. Y'all have to excuse me for this. Anyway, please don't forget the ones who served for this. Don't forget 9/11, who served in the Desert Shield of Storm, Vietnam, Just Cause. I mean, we've been in just about every war, just about every year. A conflict just about, or we occupied it, or we still there, getting shot at. Don't think we never been to, we don't have a war. This been a war. This war right now, it's been an impeding Cold War, hot war since the 80s, since 79, since the hostages, since storming our embassy. And we've been in odds. Yes, we blow their boats up before. You know, they have their guys have definitely done some damage to us in Iraq. Y'all just don't know. Y'all got it made. Sitting here, go to college and just sit here and drink coffee and beer and whatever, and don't think about what it's really like to be downrange or to serve our country. And you criticize decisions because every president made a decision for war without Congress approval. Every last one of them. True story. Anyway, guys, y'all have a good day. God bless you. God bless my brother. Who had chat with me. I appreciate you. The true son of fire. I appreciate you. God bless you too. And anyway, guys, all that to chime in. Thank you for chiming in. In the meantime, this is Reverend Dr. Antonio Beesmo Airborne signing off. Airborne out.